Okay, so today we are talking about a disappointment, I guess we could call it, which is the live action Titans TV show that DC is doing for their, what is it, like their online streaming or whatever?
Yeah, I think it's for their online streaming. I'm not exactly sure if that's what it's for, but I'm pretty sure that's probably what they're working on it for.
Yeah, I think that's what it's for. I think technically this is supposed to be like the first show that's like theirs. Like, you know how like Netflix and Hulu have like their shows?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think this is like their show, and it's not connected to the movies or the TV shows that we have now. And it's definitely not connected to the cartoon series that we have now. It's supposed to be its own standalone. And I don't want this to be like everything wrong with the trailer, but I can't help do that because I barely saw anything right with the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. There was so much wrong with the Titans trailer.
Let's talk about what they got right. Okay, ready? I can do this really quick. Robin's wearing red spandex and has an R on his chest.
Yeah.
His cape is black with yellow underneath it.
Yeah.
Beast Boy's green. And Raven has issues.
Yeah.
And I think that sums it up.
Yeah, pretty much from what I got out of the trailer. That's about the few things it looks like they actually got right.
Yeah. I don't know. Here's the thing. We had Teen Titans back in like, what was it, like 2000 to like 2004, something like that.
Early 2000s. Give me just a second. I can check when it was actually out. Yeah, it looks like it debuted in 2003 is when it looks like that show first started and ran for 6 seasons. So, anywhere between 2003 and it looks like it ended in 2006. So it looks like they had about 2 seasons a year.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. So they had Teen Titans. That was pretty cool. I think it was also cool because I had no idea who the Titans were. I just thought this was a TV show. Because like back in the 2000s, they would have random TV shows and like have random like characters from other shows in it. Kind of just like a giant Monster Mash thingy. And so I was like, oh, this is a TV show. And oh, cool, Robin's in it with a bunch of other superheroes. I don't know if it's connected to DC or not. And then the more I watched it, the more I got into it, the more I realized, oh, this really is DC. Oh, they have a cyborg. That's pretty cool. Who's that shapeshifter?
Yeah.
And so I thought it was cool because like it helped other people, because I know it was not just me, but helped other people realize that there's the Justice League, there's the League of Doom, and then there's the Teen Titans.
I've always been more of a DC fan, just, the cartoons and stuff I've seen. But yeah, I mean, even on my end growing up, it definitely helps introduce you to a whole nother set of characters. The original cartoon obviously was phenomenal, had a huge critical response to it, was a phenomenal show. From what I'm getting out of the live action, though, it just looks like they did everything wrong.
Yeah, and it was hard enough when Teen Titans ended that they went to Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, I mean, that's in like a completely opposite direction of what Titans, the new live action, is going in, and even it is bad enough.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, Teen Titans was good. Teen Titans Go was like the DC version of Adventure Time, basically.
Yeah, I could definitely see saying like that with it.
Yeah, not saying that like Adventure Time was bad or anything. I haven't seen it enough to have an opinion, but what I have seen of Adventure Time and what I have seen of Teen Titans Go, pretty much the same thing. So, but I guess that was the humor, during those days. But now we have Young Justice.
Oh yeah, dude, that even in of itself, that another great DC show that got canceled before it really should have. I mean, they're coming back with a 3rd season finally, years after it was canceled, but also, it's one of those things where it's also going to be on that DC streaming platform where, while I want to see the new season, I'm not going to pay for yet another streaming service.
The point is, we had 2 good depictions of the Titans. We had Teen Titans and we had Young Justice. Now, Young Justice was about the Titans, right? Correct?
Sort of. I mean, really, in a sense, I wouldn't say it was necessarily about the Teen Titans, because the only one of the actual Titans you see, at least in the first season, is Robin. It's kind of more of a sidekick storyline than it is like Teen Titans. You do see Beast Boy once season 2 rolls around, but I mean, you never see Cyborg, you never see Starfire, you never see Raven. And with Young Justice, they did Beast Boy's origin a little bit different. They ended up having him get his powers from Miss Martian. In season 1, she ended up having to do like this blood transfusion to save, who Beast Boy is in his human form. And then her blood ended up kind of transforming him into Beast Boy.
Okay. All right, so that makes sense.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of like a Titans-esque show, but not really the Teen Titans. It's its own kind of, other, I guess, teen superhero show.
Yeah. All right, so we'll just get to it, even though we've been avoiding it. Now we have Titans. It is official. They had released a trailer, and it's going to be the new flipping thing, I guess. Here's my problem. Well, okay, I'll start with the biggest and most common problem. Why make it rated R, or why make it mature TV? When one, you have a huge fan base of youth and kids. Granted, a lot of that fan base are people our age from the Teen Titans original show, but Teen Titans Go did build up a lot of fans from the younger kids, and then Young Justice also did. You have these superhero movies, kids they're the ones watching it. All these movies and TV shows. I mean, if you don't believe me, look back all the Twitters and all the hype about Deadpool when it first came out and it being rated R, and all the parents going, "Oh, but my kid wants to see it." Now Deadpool is supposed to be inappropriate and is rated R. I don't remember once Robin killing someone, saying F Batman, and then mowing people down with a pistol.
Yeah, I mean, even just that little bit, I mean, it's, Teen Titans had a critical acclaim, and even, if you are going after a more mature audience, we still want to see what we saw in that cartoon.
Yeah.
Which still had, things where little kids could sit there and watch it. It wasn't anything, more violent than what they're going to see in, say, Power Rangers or something that they're already watching.
Yeah.
It's got the same amount of violence in it, and it doesn't have this super dark, gritty tone. I mean, the killing alone with Robin is bad enough. Even comic book wise, he's got that same stance that Batman does. And while Batman has killed, it's one of those things that, that is his big thing, is he tries not to.
Yeah.
And the trailer, that little bit there where you see Robin, it looks like he doesn't even care. He's just like, "Oh yeah, I'll kill a guy without a second thought."
Yeah, it's like he's Jason Todd. And I thought it was Jason Todd. And then it showed like the circus, and I was like, "Is this Dick Grayson?" And then it's like, "Oh, it's Dick Grayson." I'm like, "Okay,
yeah,
that's cool." Dick Grayson was a nice guy.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
and I mean the whole F Batman line. That's another thing that's way out there. Yeah, sure, Batman and Robin haven't always got along, especially the Dick Grayson version being the first Robin. However, there is also a mutual respect between the two. It's not like they hate each other, but they know that once he got of a certain age, he just couldn't work with Batman anymore. There were too many differences between the two, and they decided to go their separate ways. It's not like he's got this hateful relationship with him. And if you're going Teen Titans route even, then, he was encouraged kind of by Batman to go along and, lead his own team, get that leadership under his belt so, he could mature more, become who he thought that he really could be. Again, there's nothing that indicates that there's that much hate between those two to where he would say, "Batman." Like, really, guys? Come on. I get, again, it's for a more mature audience, but there's so much material to pull from that they're not even remotely close.
Yeah, and there's an episode here. It says it's episode 7 on the wiki page, and it's called Jason Todd. We have a Jason Todd character, and we have a Dick Grayson character, but if Dick Grayson's already acting like how his name is, like, how the heck are you going to portray Jason Todd? So I'm mad about how they're portraying Dick Grayson. You know, he's too much like Jason Todd. How are you supposed to do that with these two completely different Robins with two completely different point of views? I mean, one becomes the Red Hood, one becomes Nightwing. I mean, and are we going to see him turn into Nightwing? Because I've been waiting to see Nightwing for a while on the big screen, or at least on my TV screen. And if they botch one of my favorite superheroes, I'm going to be a little mad.
There's a lot I don't know how they're going to even remotely go about this. It seems like they're just doing their own thing. I mean, it's very clearly Dick Grayson for the Robin we see in the trailer. And if you're somehow going to throw Jason Todd in there, I don't even know where they're getting a timeline for on that, because by the time Jason Todd shows up, Dick Grayson shouldn't even be Robin anymore. Like, he's long since become Nightwing.
Yeah, no, he's straight up
another
Nightwing.
thing of that, you know, I feel like, I don't know if a lot of people noticed or not, but if you look at it, they don't look like teenagers, at least not Robin.
No.
You look at him and you're like, this dude looks like he's in his late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah. Now, granted, that is when Dick Grayson decided to become Nightwing and go solo.
Yeah.
And apparently he's already thinking that and was just like, F Batman. But, like, was he so pissed off at him he decided to rip a guy's throat out? Like, seriously. And when did he have R-shaped batarangs? When did that happen?
Yeah. I don't remember that being a thing either. I mean, even in the original Teen Titans, I don't remember him having, like, an R-shaped batarang.
Here's another thing. We're talking too much on Robin, and I'll admit, I love Robin, love Nightwing, think they're awesome characters. Let's move on to, do you want to talk about Starfire, or do you want to talk about Raven?
I mean, honestly, the only one that we really get a good sense of with the rest of the trailer is Raven. We barely see, like, Beast Boy for about 2 seconds. We barely see Raven. Hell, I don't even actually remember seeing Cyborg all that much even in it.
Apparently, Cyborg's not even in it.
He's not even in it. Okay, I didn't think I saw him in the trailer. Yeah, I'm not even seeing anything about him in the show even, which is, again, a huge point. He is a huge part of the Titans group. How are you going to make a Titans show without Cyborg?
Well, it's got to be hard because Cyborg is already in the Justice League, and I know this is separate than the movies and TV shows that we have now, but, yeah. I mean, I could kind of see, like, let's not use Cyborg, we'll use someone else, but like I said, at the same time, he was a big factor in the Teen Titans.
Oh, yeah, he was a huge part, and I mean, again, I get we've seen him on the big screen, and with the newer DC comic series, I don't know that Teen Titans has really been a thing in the new stuff.
Yeah.
Because, again, they've kind of replaced Martian Manhunter as a core member of the Justice League with Cyborg for whatever reason. So, you know, that kind of takes away from the Titan stuff. But, again, if you're going with Teen Titans, you cannot take out Cyborg. He was a huge part of that group. Again, it'd be one thing if they're trying to say this is connected to the movie universe, but they're not. They're saying it's two separate universes, so it's like, why can't you have him?
Exactly. And then, like, Starfire, I guess they got her hair right-ish. I mean, it's curly, it's not straight. She's not really wearing purple. I mean, Starfire is a pretty iconic outfit, and I guess with, like, the very first edition, yeah, I guess you would say it's 100% accurate. But, I mean, look at every rendition of Starfire. Like, if you just Google Starfire, you see who they casted looks nothing like Starfire.
Even if you just go by the outfit, I mean, she's had a couple different ones. Some of them a little more skimpy than others. But the core of the outfit is that it's more or less like a midriff shirt. You know, it shows the stomach, might have long sleeves, might not. A skirt and long purple leggings. She's not wearing some huge jacket over a purple dress.
Yeah, like from the look of that picture, it looks like she's probably hiding in an alleyway, just minding her own business, you know, like, oh, don't bother me. And then maybe some thugs show up, and then she shoots her green. Wait a minute, wrong. I guess red now beams to incinerate a couple of thugs. When did that happen?
Yeah, again, I mean, the hair is kind of close, but not really, even you could say with that. I mean, it's got more of a pinkish color, which fits the Teen Titans Go theme with the hair, but most of the time it's more of like an orangish red, not this pinkish purple color.
Yeah, and like, but like when she's using her power, it turns orangish red.
Yeah, again, like, when does it change color because she's using it? It's always that color. It's not like, oh, I'm using my powers, so now my hair's gonna magically glow.
And then, I guess, okay, so I can't really get too much mad at Beast Boy. I feel like they could have done more with him. They literally looked like they slapped on some cheap green makeup on this guy. Like, whoever the makeup artist was for Beast Boy, don't ever do that again.
The little bit we saw in the trailer, I don't know if he's transforming in the trailer or not. It's real hard to tell. Again, he's only in it for about maybe 2 seconds, even if you want to say that. And it doesn't really look like he's changing into anything. It just looks like they're making him look kind of like a werewolf.
And like on top of that, he doesn't look like Beast Boy has like fangs, and he actually looks like maybe like a wolf mixed with a ape, you know? But instead they just got, you know, a guy that looks like a frat boy, and they, you know, put green chalk on his face, called it a day.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, where's his pointy ears? I don't see any pointy ears in this picture.
Yeah. The Titans one is real hard for some of them to even talk about because, again, Starfire we barely see. Beast Boy is, like, basically non-existent in the trailer. I mean, really, the heavy focus is on Robin and Raven, which, again, is a weird dynamic. Like, they kind of show it as a thing in the original Titans that there's kind of a thing between them, but it develops more into, like, a best friend thing because her and Beast Boy are a thing.
Yeah, and like, which I could see that happening. I mean, we need to try to understand that, you know, this is trailer 1, this is season 1. There's a lot of things that can happen with this. And, you know, and we're doing a lot of speculating. Maybe they could fix it in, like, season 2. Maybe not. But, is Raven even a demon in this video? Or is she just, like, an enchantress type of person?
I mean, there's one part of the trailer kind of near the end where it definitely looks kind of demonish, but it also looks like they ripped off the whole demon aspect of Supernatural, and they give her like the completely black eyes, which I get is kind of a demon thing, but really hers isn't black. They're more like orange and purple kind of. I don't know. She normally, whenever she goes into that, gets the purple skin, and she gets like the same eyes that Trigon has.
Yeah.
Which aren't black, and it's not like she's got these black veins coming from her eyes. That, again, just kind of screams Supernatural ripoff to me.
No, I mean, I want to really try to keep an open mind with this show, but right off the bat, and you know me, I don't really stick with first impressions. I'm more of like a third impression type of guy. But when you take something that is, I don't want to say kid, but maybe youth related, turn it into a R-rated esque of it. I mean, that trailer was just nothing but blood and murdering, and I'm like, what is this? I mean, when did the Teen Titans turn into a horror show? You know? And like that right there is hard, and then like the way they're portraying these heroes, they don't even look like heroes. They just look like a bunch of young adults, not even teenagers, with problems still from their teenage life.
The only one that I feel like even looks like a teenager is Raven. Starfire and Robin both easily late 20s if you're just going by looks. And I get sometimes it's hard to get the cast to look young, but they could have done a better job with it, I still feel like. And I mean, that's what, again, makes that whole dynamic between Raven and Robin a little bit creepy in the trailers. The fact that it's like, this dude looks like he's about a decade older than she is.
Yeah. And like I said, for all we know, this takes place around the time where Robin does turn into Nightwing. And maybe the episode of Jason Todd is when the episode happens of, okay, hey, you're Robin now, and I'm going to be Nightwing, and blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Who was the person with the wings?
In the Titans trailer?
Yeah.
Like, give me a second to rewatch it, because I don't remember somebody with wings in it.
We'll tell you what, Cody. You go rewatch that. I'll go rewatch that. And we can come back again later, and we'll talk about it. Thank you, everybody, for listening to JC Radio and our topic today about the new Titan series. Thank you, Cody, for joining us today. As always, it is a pleasure. If you have any comments or insights on this podcast or previous podcasts, please message us through Facebook or Spreaker.com or send us an email. All the links are on our Facebook page. Just go to Facebook, search JC Radio. Also, any suggestions for future podcasts, please let us know. Send us a message, hit us a like, and we will see you next time. This is JC Radio signing out.